Former Jackson State star James Houston, aka The Problem with two E's, has a new number. And this new number, as you know, for all rookies, is not always set in stone. Once an athlete puts in work, they may change a number, but his new number is 59. And I'll chime in. What's good, everyone? This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Please like and share this video throughout all social media platforms. Let's go. James Houston, the problem. And if he's given a chance, he's going to be causing problems in the NFL on that field. If you just heard, he went from 41 in college, which was his former jersey number, at Florida and Jackson State, to number 59. As you all know, rookies usually do not get the numbers they want unless they're a super high draft pick, and even some high draft picks may not be able to get their numbers unless they do a deal with a athlete that's on a current roster. Like Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner did a deal with a veteran player, and that's how he was able to get his number one jersey number. That's the only time it happens. But as of now, James Houston has 59, and that's cool. Once he starts showing the coaches what he has as a 6th-round pick and showing them that he should have been drafted higher, then they'll see that they got a gem. Watching James Houston throughout the season, one thing I never questioned was his motor. I never questioned his IQ. I never watched the Jackson State game and say, man, James Houston's not where he's supposed to be. Or James Houston misread this or that. Never happened. You can ask any Jackson State fan, you can ask any fan of the SWAC all throughout the HBCUs. They'll tell you the same thing. And in the NFL, I think James Houston will be more versatile. I think you will see him not only in middle linebacker, but in the edge or right side linebacker, or any area on that field. And I listened to an interview with James Houston, and he talked about the importance of special teams. See, he understands the best way to make a 53-man roster in the NFL is the special teams unit. And I know some draft prospects may scoff at it and say, I don't care about special teams, I'm better than that. When you go into the NFL, you have to have a humility set in your conscience that you're going to do anything possible to make that roster. Because the NFL stands for not for long. That's another acronym. That's the reality of this league. How many times have you seen former NFL players who were stars in college, and they get to the NFL, they play 3 years, if that, a ton of times, right? This game is not a given. And a dog like James Houston, who has earned everything, I mean everything given to him, those are the type of NFL players who stay in this league. You never question if they're going to be on practice on time. You never question that are they going to be dependable. That's what makes it in the NFL. NFL GMs, they want to know if you're accountable. not only on the field, but off the field. Another benefit to James Houston. Now, one time have you heard him getting in trouble? Not that I know of. And that's very promising. But I'm excited for James Houston. He's going to represent HBCUs well. Now, this journey is not easy, as we all know, especially for HBCU players. It seems like if you were drafted or you're a free agent and you came from an HBCU, you have to work twice as hard or even more. But it's never a problem because our people are used to that hard work. Our people are used to not having things given to us. And we're aware of the game within the game. And it's a challenge that all HBCU draftees, as well as free agent signings, are willing to embrace. Matter of fact, I read an article from Marquise Bell, FAMU graduate, star of FAMU, signed with the Dallas Cowboys, and he talked about the lack of respect that people are giving to HBCUs, and that it's his job and many others to show everyone that there's talent, whether it's the SWAC, MEAC, SEAC, you name it, there is talent. You just got to do the proper research and scout it out. But the 4 drafted players, that number, that's going to be higher next year. I have good faith. When the draft was over, I wasn't doing cartwheels and jumping for joy off of 4 people being drafted from HBCUs because I knew there should have been more. It's something, but there has to be more from that. But it's just the beginning. I want to say shout out to James Houston's parents for raising a stand-up brother, a determined brother. I also want to say shout out to Coach Prime for changing the game. No matter if you like him or not, he's doing his thing. And he doesn't sugarcoat. And it's funny for people who always talk about they want to hear authenticity. They want to hear realness. Here's a coach doing that. But you're not liking it because he doesn't agree with the points you agree with, or he has a different viewpoint of what you may think, or the fact that he speaks his mind no matter what. It's a breath of fresh air. So shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to all the SWAC coaches, MEAC coaches, SEAC coaches, you name them. You brothers keep doing your thing. You sisters keep doing your thing, no matter which sport. And we're going to rise. This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. And I'm out.